Welcome back to another episode of the Man Down Podcast. Cass, Zoe, Slim, myself, man. We got about a good hour and a half of sports to talk about, man. A lot going on in NBA. Brooklyn Nets looking crazy good. Uh, Lakers still looking good. A couple other teams trending, but NFL as well got playoffs popping off, man. We're gonna talk about
Yeah,
both of those, man. But what's been going on with y'all, man? Long
nothing.
weekend, right?
Yeah, long weekend. Mel, I think I'm starting to believe in the Bills because I done picked against them 2 weeks. Well, I don't know if I picked against, but they definitely they holding their own right now.
They playing good, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
man. They playing good, man. Look, when you give a quarterback somebody like Stephon Diggs, man, and y'all play decent defense and y'all coach well, y'all don't make a lot of mistakes. You should be good, man.
yeah. That defense is definitely holding them down too. So
Yeah,
they holding teams. So
yeah. Hey, me and Slim both picked the Bills, man. Hey, Slim, we both picked them for the Super Bowl, right?
Man, I'm starting to realize we the only two goddamn smart people on here.
Wait, I didn't even make picks for the Super Bowl, but I picked them to win last week.
How you get away with not making no picks for the Super Bowl?
That was when I was like,
he was muted.
your mic is muted, but I keep hearing you talk. So I just like, you know what?
Good Lord. So you ain't getting no picks. So you can't even much have a conversation, man, because we can't get on your picks at all. At least we put ourselves out there.
Don't trust
Last
them.
Last week we made picks of who was going to win the games. And matter of fact, Zoe even asked for in the group what was my predictions. When you was like, Cass, I got your predictions.
That's true. That's true. You did. I don't know though. I mean, they got a tall task coming up this week. So
Yeah, they do got a tall task. Hey, Slim, you still got something echoing. So
you might have to do what Cass told me to do that one time.
yeah, go to your settings for your microphone and see if you can turn on the what was it
Echo cancellation.
That's what it is.
Yeah, either that or something in your setup. I don't know if you still got that TV on.
Look at his face.
Yeah. Hey, but look, hey, what's up, Lamar, man? Yeah, that echo still there. I gotta mute you. But nah, we'll get to the football, man. I wanted to do NBA first though.
Okay.
But I think Kaz was telling me about the movie he seen yesterday. Since it is yesterday was MLK Day and all that good stuff, man. We'll at least speak about it briefly. I did see that movie.
I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't expect. I expected something different. I liked it. But I watched that, and I also watched American Skin, and I really enjoyed American Skin. That one was really good.
What was the premise of that one?
You remember it was the black man who took the whole police precinct hostage.
Yeah, I don't think they promoted that enough. Well,
I mean,
never
yeah,
mind.
I mean-
I need to think about why.
right.
So, never mind.
And the dude who wrote and produced it was the same dude they blackballed for making Nat Turner movie.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
So-
I didn't even know it had came out. I know when I saw I think you sent me the preview, Mel,
Yeah,
and I knew I wanted to watch it. I didn't even know it was out, but yeah,
It was
I'm
good.
definitely gonna check both of those out. Probably tonight after we get off of here.
yeah, it was definitely good. I liked it, man. It's crazy because once he got in that police precinct and the conversation started happening, I've heard everything that was said in that room before. Just imagine you and a bunch of black men with guns, and also a bunch of police officers of different nationalities and race and color and all that stuff, and gender as well. And that you in there having this conversation about police brutality, and just imagine the the back and forth, all the rhetoric, all that stuff. I heard it all, and it's funny because when I tell you where I heard this, I tell you offline. Where I heard these stuff, I was like, man, this is sounding exactly like what I've been in this room before. I've been in this room before for 13 weeks. I've been in a room like that, so it was amazing, man, for me to watch it. But yeah, y'all gotta check that out.
Yeah, but the night in Miami, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really well put together by Regina King. Shout out to Regina King, by the way. A great black queen. So I had to mention that. But just like I was saying up in the whole MLK Day, one thing I had to watch that movie, and one thing I said I will do every MLK just for tradition. Listen to the "I Have a Dream" speech. And before I go into the night of One Night in Miami, I will say a part that stuck out to me in "I Have a Dream" speech is when he was talking about down in Alabama. He said that the mayor, what was the words? But the one word that he was talking about, it really stuck out to me. I'm gonna get it for y'all and I'm gonna come back. But Mel, I know you spoke about the one movie, but how did you specifically feel about the One Night in Miami? Like, how did you see that it was different from what you thought it would be?
So from reading and kind of what we know, once you start looking into all that stuff, you start realizing a lot of things. One, and I know Martin Luther King wasn't in the movie, but Malcolm X was portrayed in the movie. So Malcolm X and Martin actually started having more conversations toward the end of both of their life, right? And I think Malcolm was starting to understand more of his ways and vice versa. And before Martin Luther King was assassinated, I think he had been on record of saying that he believes that by ending segregation and integrating, he led his people into a burning house. He used the analogy of a burning house. And he was like, pretty much what he was saying is, I think I might have made a mistake, right. and now if you look at history, it actually looks like that might have been a worse move for us to do was to integrate, because when you look at what we had going on with Black Wall Street and other places, we had our own banks, we had our own businesses, we had our own bus routes, we had taxi service, we had a lot of business, we had neighborhoods, we had all that stuff. And even though our schools wasn't funded the same, and we were, but we were still teaching our own kids, right? So it was different. I think we could have. I think we could have done something. It would have been really hard, and it probably would have took a long time. But look where we at now. The house, we ended in the house, but the house is burning, just like Martin Luther said. So I thought I was going to see more conversation like that, them going into deep detail. Like when I sit and listen to brother Malcolm talk on some of the interviews he had, that stuff deep. I love and I don't think the movie did that. The movie did something else, and
right.
It was still good for what it was, but
right.
I got a different appetite for stuff like that, and I was left a little bit thirsty after I watched it.
Right. So the words that Martin Luther King that stuck out to me in his "I Have a Dream" speech is interposition and nullification, when he was referring to the governors of Alabama. But Slim had brought this point to me about the whole Rosa Parks thing. Would you care to share that, Slim, when you was talking to me about that?
I don't know how to say this.
But about the doctor.
Fuck Rosa Parks.
Right. Come on, man.
No, seriously. No.
No, man. You can't. Hold on. I can hear you. I can hear you.
God damn it. This is good. You can hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. So dude said fuck Rosa Parks.
All right.
So I heard that. My mind went, man, what is this dude doing? So apparently, he said that when he went down to Alabama for Rosa Parks, that screwed up everything as far as giving the image that white is better.
Okay.
So this dude that said that had a bus line in North Carolina, all the way from North Carolina to South Carolina, taxi cabs, all that. He said that march. You hear me now?
Go ahead.
He said that march that they went down on, that pretty much again led them to believe white was better. So it killed this family's bus line up in North Carolina and South Carolina, to where his whole thing was you did all that to get somewhere 6 seconds, not even 6 seconds, 6 milliseconds ahead of time. All the same with the white people when you could have your own. So when this dude said fuck Rosa Parks, it blew my head off until he went to explain that, and then we get the understanding of that white is better. And that's what he was trying to kill. So nobody even, once that happened, once that march happened, his bus line died, his taxi line died, his family's taxi line died anyway. And he was more the Malcolm set of mindset, like, damn equality, separate all us. Y'all go here, we go here, and we could exist like that, which I'm more subscribed to that one than fighting to winning a tie, because that's all we doing. Hey, we talking about sports, we doing all this to end up 0-0 and still losing.
Yeah. It's kind of, it's a hard sell to say fight for equality, you know, when equality shouldn't be something you should have to fight for.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So if you're fighting for, like, how do you win that? First of all, how do you win that battle of equality, and what does it look like when you win it? So if you're constantly fighting, that means the person or the people or the entity that you're fighting don't want to give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So how do you ever get it from someone who don't want to give it to you? You get what I'm saying? So you're right. I think that idea of maybe we should have just got our own land somewhere. You know, maybe what should have happened instead of fighting that whole civil rights thing is maybe we should have did what the Jews did when they left Germany and got their own land in Israel. You know, maybe reparations from everybody that was involved in the slave trade and everybody who was, Rome, America, Africa. Maybe they owe us different things. Maybe Africa owe us land and sovereignty in our own nation, and maybe America owe us reparations and finances, and maybe Rome own us reparations in every artifact that they got in the Vatican that came from Africa. Maybe we all go on a boat going back to their land with getting something from each person who gained something by our slavery. Maybe that's what should have happened versus us begging and fighting for equality with a group of people who didn't want to give it to us.
What you think our reparations should be?
I just said it. I think you had to sit down and calculate the damage done by the slave trade, done by Jim Crow, done by civil rights, done by police brutality, all that stuff. You had to sit and calculate all of that and say what was the damage done and how do we repair it. And then when you do that, you realize, well, you have a people who don't know who they are anymore because we cut them off from what their origin is. We cut them off on it. So now we got to make these people a people again. It looks totally different. Put it this way. After the Holocaust was a 4 or 5 year thing that happened, right?
Yeah.
It was a tragedy. They're still receiving payments from America. Like America still pays them on an annual basis. Our Christian churches still collects money for them and send it to them. And I think Germany has paid, too much money back to them for what they've done. So, and that was 4 years. And we went through 300 years of slavery, including the 100 years of civil rights and Jim Crow. Mm-hmm. So if Jews left Germany, got a nation, they kicked the Palestinians off the land and they got a sovereign nation. They got land and reparations and payments from a country in America who didn't even have nothing to do with the Holocaust, including Germany. If they got that for 4 years, what do we get for 300 or 400?
But yeah,
Right.
but I don't think they can pay us that in as far as in money. Because what you think a lot of individuals from demographics of low income or right, they're not gonna spend it wisely.
No, you're not see this. That's the thing. You're not putting a bankroll, or you're not just putting it on somebody's account. What
That's what I was.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
we
yeah.
want. We wanted to know like the full in depth, like not necessarily a payment, but I was trying to see because me and Slim already had this conversation. So
Like how would that
right,
debt
like-
be paid? Not necessarily monetarily,
right.
but it's like what could they do
It could be
to say,
generations.
okay, this is if they
Generations.
once they do all of those calculations, how do they pay that debt? How do they pay that debt?
Give me that equity in Apple. Give me that
Well, I
equity
mean-
in all them companies like that. In some kind of way, you got to figure it out to where this equity that they got that they earned off our back.
True.
We get some of that shit back. And to
The-
start that is having equity in these companies that's Fortune billion-dollar companies, or whatever the hell they said. We need equity in that to where that
First-
money is long term.
Right, and I'm- And I'm gonna go back to what you were saying off of like the whole Andrew Carnegie thing. Like, you know, you got to remember who was a lot of the, like, matter of fact, we was talking about the night in Miami when he said all day long, you hear him. Those people, those quote unquote, those men that's running the train, that gang was a lot of black people that works up in the railroad system. Andrew Carnegie at the time was what? The second or third richest man behind who's the banker? I couldn't remember his name, but
J.P. Morgan.
yeah, J.P. Morgan. So of course Rockefeller was above all of them, but it was those two, and he made his finances off of tax-free labor. Think about that. Not just tax-free, but
Free.
free. So it's free. So and for all of our non-black viewers, we're not saying anything to say that it's hatred. We're just trying to, as far as that playing field, that we can see that we're equal plateau, equal footing. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah, I mean that we've been asking for that for a long time. I don't know if I at some point you got to realize,
Right.
I mean, they just don't want you to have it.
But just specifically back to the movie and to kill a conversation to move back on, I thought the movie was put together well. You can see that if y'all ever watched the murder of Sam Cooke, you can see some of the things aligning, especially when he sung his song. You can see how he brought it out. And I can see his, everybody could know a Muhammad Ali mindset. He changed his name to Muhammad Ali. So we already knew that him and Brother Malcolm had a connection.
Mm-hmm.
What it was how did it tie into Jim Brown? And we all got to remember, Jim Brown was castrated when he made his comments upon Colin Kaepernick and his knee. And a lot of people didn't understand that this man did a lot as far as, for equal rights, as far as protesting, as far as joining of the Nation of Islam.
Right.
So a lot of people was castrating him, but was not understanding what his mindset. Like, this man did it. And you got to remember, when he retired, will we say Jim Brown was in the prime of his career? Just think of if Jim Brown would have continued to play football. But it is what it is. I respected the movie, and again, I appreciate Regina King for saying creating it. And just like Melvin said, it had me wanting more. Like it wasn't fulfilling enough because it was just sniblets, introduction to Muhammad Ali joining the Nation of Islam.
It was pretty good though, for sure. It was definitely good.
Dope.
But oh, hold on. What is this? Y'all hear that?
Yes.
I don't hear it.
Somebody.
Yeah, it was like he was banned for 90 days.
Yeah, who said that?
Slim, Slim.
Hey.
The mute button is on the other side of your mic. I was trying to tell you to have it facing you so you can just.
We had no idea. I can hear over there. Y'all can barely hear me. I'm right here.
Yeah, I heard it. I thought at first I thought it was a little echo or something like that. I was like, where's that coming from, man? Yeah.
Way over there. Y'all can't hear me.
All right, man. Hey, where we're going with it, man? Basketball first, man. Did y'all see the Nets? Y'all see the Nets game?
I saw the ending of the Nets game. I saw KD. I saw what I think.
Wait, did we see Kyrie yet?
No. You know what? I'm gonna say it. The Nets trade, it might not be as bad as everybody tried to make it out to be.
What, the Harden trade?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people tried to make it out to be a bad thing. I didn't see it as so bad because I felt like these guys knew what level they were at, and I think they both understand who KD is. But I think it's starting to, for everybody that bashed it, for everybody that said that there wouldn't be enough basketballs to roll out on the floor for those dudes. I think they're gonna be okay. Kevin Durant still my dark horse. Well, he's not even a dark horse candidate no more for MVP. He's gonna be in that MVP conversation if he keep it up.
Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna be in there either, man, because I thought he was gonna take it easy a little bit. You know, I thought he was gonna coast a little bit, and come on strong at the end, man. But I mean, record wise though, they don't have the type of record I would be looking at somebody for MVP.
That's true. That's true.
So that, you know, they actually got to be doing something. They got to be doing a little bit better than that record wise. So they need to go on a run. If Durant wants to do that, but
change that title to the new Brooklyn Nets Big 2.5
until Kyrie.
I mean, well, Kyrie's back. He's
playing. He'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, Wednesday.
He'll be playing.
Yeah, he'll be back.
He'll be playing. He's cool, man. Look, the dude, if he had family, somebody just said that, you know, can we talk about the Kyrie thing? Yeah, we'll touch it briefly, right? So he said he had family issues that he had to take care of, and he took a leave of absence. His mistake is supposedly he didn't let Steve Nash know. Okay, cool. He didn't let Steve Nash know. The punishment for that, fine him.
1.5 mil.
All right, so in the story, that's like me doing time for a petty theft that I did, and I did my time. I paid my debt to society, and we still want to bring it up. You know, I don't rock like that. You know, once you do the crime and do the time, then we on to something else.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Why you say that?
No, we're not.
All right,
hey,
speak on that.
If I stole a lot, you gonna let me just chill in that room by myself?
Or
you gonna take all your valuables out?
Yeah, if you're a known thief, or probably so. I would have to watch you. I would have to watch you.
Kyrie ain't known for doing this thing, and I ain't mad at it. Trust me, I ain't disagreeing with what he do, but I still got to think about, hey, my old lady cheated on me. I'm gonna just let this heifer go to Miami, Orlando while the bubble going on? Hell no.
That bubble is dangerous.
I hope that bubble dangerous because she ain't the same. And I come back to saying, nah, I'm cool with what he's doing because I thought it was.
So you think that you saying that he not possibly has the potential to do something like this whenever he feel like it now because of the fact that he did it this time?
My man ran around. You know what he look like? And I can't make this up. The day before he ran around the arena with the incense. I did that in his house. Bro. And I know where my mind was at when I did it.
Mm-hmm.
So I already know where he was at. You saw it coming in, but I didn't. I thought about leaving too, so I didn't compute. I didn't compute that together with his, but he did it. But Difference between me and him, he could put the ball in the hole like any other.
Oh
He
yeah,
could dribble, he could shoot, he could create. He got a talent that I could say 3 or 4 people.
yeah. He's different on the basketball court, and I don't think that was ever. It shouldn't be a discussion. I thought the whole he should retire thing was overblown, and we talked about it a little bit on the man down page. I thought it was overblown. Don't tell a man to retire if his heart is not in basketball. I forgot who said that.
Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, Stephen A. said it. But let's not act like he can't. Like people can do. That's like saying I shouldn't do this podcast because or I shouldn't be married if I'm gonna do this podcast because my heart can't be in two different things. Like it don't make sense. Like I gotta divorce my wife if I'm gonna do this podcast because I can't. I gotta commit to one and not the other. Like I think Kyrie. I think we all know his mindset sees further than basketball, and that's a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, the philanthropy that he does. I saw somebody post on there today something else that he did. A couple of things I knew about, a couple I didn't know about. He also recently just bought George Floyd's family a new home. So you know, his mind, the places that his mind is, you know, I'm okay with doing that. Besides being an entertainer on the basketball court, which he is, and I get the responsibility there. And maybe he could have done some things different, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not that mad at it to where I'm demanding this guy retires. It was just overblown to me.
He's too good of a player. Like his talents when it comes to dribbling the basketball is second to none. Like you have to look at the And1 mixtape. Like one player that I was really fond of when he came to the NBA was Rafer Alston. Like I wanted to see how he could make that transition. And I want to say his first game was against the Milwaukee Bucks when he tried some stupid stuff and they call him for carrying.
Mm-hmm.
But man, when it comes to quickness with the rock up in his Kyrie, and the brother is what, just like 27, 28. So he got many good years of basketball left in him. Stephen Smith is just paid to say some outlandish things at time and just like take it for what it is.
You ever called in sick for work and wasn't sick?
Of course.
Look,
That's all the fuck he did.
It wasn't a big deal. But you gotta look at how Stephen A. Smith and them look at it, man. They don't have a job unless you know these guys are playing. You know, you look how much they talk down on Kyrie for not wanting to do the bubble and trying to talk people out of it. They're literally messing with people like Stephen A. money. Like, you know, I only exist for y'all, right? So y'all got to keep this thing going. So they don't like for someone to buck the system and turn over this. You know what how Kyrie mindset is. They don't like that at all. They hate it. They didn't like when Kawhi was load managing. You know, they just don't like people who act like they're bigger than the whole of the NBA. They don't like that, right? So they always use those voices and those talking heads to put you back in place some way, somehow, man. And
Because he falling under the system. Stephen A. Smith got 10 jobs. He getting paid a lot of money, but look, he on TV all day long. They gave this man 19 shows. If they was to divvy that up, that's at least $100 million per all that. Stephen A. Smith getting all that for 30. That man on TV 22 hours a day.
Yeah.
One salary.
Yeah. You guys speaking your mic though. You guys speaking your mic. You guys speaking to your mic.
Pause. My boy ain't here, so I gotta get him to pause.
Yeah.
My man Skip Bayless do that one show.
Right.
Probably get
and
paid
that's
the
it.
same as Stephen A.
Probably do.
Or more.
Yeah. And that's the only show he probably can do. They don't want him nowhere else. Ain't nobody invited him nowhere.
Do no more shows in there. Right,
yeah. Ain't nobody invited him nowhere. Ain't nobody asking him to call no games. You know what I mean? He just that's it. He just do that one show. That's his. He make a living. I don't think he write no more. He don't even write no more.
Shit. They got Stephen A. Smith in Houston one night before COVID. Then he'll be in Milwaukee the next night, on the radio in the morning, Sports Center, First Take, give me another show, and then Skip Bayless and went home. He cheating on his wife already, and he's still getting paid the same thing as your boy. Like, nah, that workload for that money, that's a lot of work Stephen A. Smith do. I gotta give him that.
But you gotta understand,
Skip be chilling.
Skip, I know we say stuff about, you know, we giving a lot of props to Stephen A. But to be honest, man, I think Skip created First Take when it was 1st and 10. People literally, like, I was one of them. I wanted to see what outlandish thing Skip was gonna say next. And Fox Sports saw that, and they offered him a contract that was bigger than ESPN. Mm-hmm. But all right, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the Nets and their big 2.5.
2.5. It's definitely a big three, and it's definitely scary, man. And yeah, they did give up some depth, and I think I don't like the way they play defense right now. So they really got to improve with that. I'm not gonna say much about the high turnover rate, you know, because I think Harden's first game he had 8, the second game he had something close to that too. That's a lot of turnovers, man. So they got to figure that out. But they're not even really running plays right now.
Nope.
So,
they ain't gonna run
they're just hooping.
But that's horrible, though.
What they
gotta have a practice though. You gotta have a practice for when you got new people on the team. You gotta have a practice to run plays.
Yeah, they play strictly off skill
average plays
right now.
Yeah,
right. But when you run into a good coach team, that freelance thing ain't gonna like. That's one thing that I really admire about Pop. His coaching, like his games that he play inside of a game, is like. And I say I was privy to this. Debating with Mel opened my eyes up about certain things, basketball knowledge, because at times I just watch the game for players and for spectacular plays instead of just acknowledging some of the mind twists that a coach would try to play on another. Mm-hmm. Just for example, when the Spurs played the Pelicans and the Pelicans was up by 13, Pop went to the 2-3 zone. Stan called timeout because the Pelicans didn't know how to handle the zone. He set up how to handle the zone. Pop went right back to man. Mm-hmm. I was just like, that's the mind game that's going inside of a game, and the risk, like, and to me, he's still the best in the game. That's just my opinion about it. Pop, yes, he is.
Okay, so I'm a firm believer in the NBA, the best player. You got the best players on the court. Most times, you can beat that. Who the hell Popovich got on that team now?
Right. I'm that wasn't my point of saying that. That's not. That wasn't my point of saying that.
West. I can't think of a good coach that's that good besides homeboy in Boston. That made
Brad Stevens.
Outcoach. Yeah.
I think Nick Nurse also.
Miami. I always forget about
Eric Spoelstra.
And we was wrong for that and that shooting guard argument. But I can't think of a coach that could outcoach that three.
Depending,
outcoach who?
He's saying the players.
I mean, a coach that could outcoach
more talented players. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Got you.
You talking about X's and O's ain't go beat
all the Joes.
Super Joes. Whatever that is, got like, but yeah. Popovich had Tony Parker and them shit chat, but he ain't got nothing but my boy with the fucking
DeMar DeRozan.
Nah, DeRozan. Nah, like they ain't gonna beat them with a better coach. That team not that close to Brooklyn.
No, I get what you're saying.
In the same conference, so he gonna see Frank Vogel. LeBron. He gonna see Frank Vogel, and I ain't that sold on him either as a coach.
Frank Vogel is okay. He was good in Indiana. He was good enough. He was a good coach. But I put him I put him on the same level with Van Gundy. You know, he's on that same level. Right. But if you give them LeBron and AD, then you're not going to see all the holes in their game. He's a good enough coach to win with AD and LeBron. He did, with the help of Jason Kidd and Ryan Hollins. But yeah, he's all right.
perfect scene for that right now is the Patriots. Don't get me wrong. I still think Bill is the best coach in football, but once you have that Super Joe as in Tom Brady, it covers up some of your flaws. So that a good coach and good players go hand in hand.
Yeah. So what y'all putting the Nets at in the East, man? Are they the favorite in the East, or is it still the Bucks?
No, they don't know. They're the favorites, and they didn't even have Kyrie, and they're the favorites.
They're going to be hard to beat in a 7-game series because KD, I'm not seeing. Well, it's still early. And I got to be reminded, but I'm just not seeing any ill effects, and that's what I was looking for. Like, how was he a step slower? I mean, but KD's game was predicated on skill anyway, and so if he was able to get back to that level, which it looked like he has, I still see some rust, but it just looks like rust. It don't look like okay, he lost a few steps.
I love to be rusty.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It don't look like he lost a step, and that's scary, especially the KD. The KD that's now top 2 and they not 2. Exactly. I think the Bucks gonna have their hands full. I think everybody in the East gonna have their hands full. This trade kind of shifted the power. And I mean I thought they was gonna make noise anyway. But with this, it's gonna really be hard to outscore them. I don't know if
Bradley Beal gonna end up nowhere.
Put as many buckets as they can up.
You don't think Bradley Beal gonna end up in Milwaukee?
Man, Bradley Beal might
what
end.
happens if he end up in Milwaukee?
I bet you LeBron gonna try to get Bradley Beal somehow.
I guarantee they trying to get Bradley Beal. He's gonna end up somewhere.
Like who they gonna trade for him though? No, they can't. They can't afford it. No, but for one, them first round picks ain't gonna mean anything anymore. You're picking 30th or 29th.
Yeah. That first round pick is pretty much a second round pick.
Right. So no, and at this point they're gonna have to give up Schroeder, Kuzma. No, both. They're not just. Oh yeah, they're gonna have to give up both.
Chris Brown. You give up little Chris Brown.
You mean tall Chris Brown, but they're Bill is. I had him in my top 5 shooting guards. So
Bill gives them a big 3. He ain't Bill ain't he ain't superstar level yet, but
he's a star.
He's a star.
Yeah, he's a star for sure. And they gives them a little big 3. If he's Schroeder's doing well.
Yes,
but
he is, and I kind of on LeBron led teams, it kind of fits what Schroeder does anyway. You get what I'm saying? He can shoot the ball when he's left alone. He doesn't really have to run the team. Yeah, of course. I mean, if I'm LeBron, I'd trade anything for Bill right now. Like besides AD.
Right. But just to piggyback off Schroeder, him playing well with the Lakers and in that system is one thing. What happens is you can play like what you are normally is you can't be no better than that when it matters the most. So if the game is very close, I don't care what Schroeder does quarter 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. When the game is really close and they need him, can he do what Rondo did? And I still say it's yet to be seen. He can, but I've yet to see it. Right? Him rise to that occasion. And that's what I think Bill can do. He's not going to shrink in the moment.
Yeah.
And at times, as great as LeBron is, sometimes he shrinks in the moment because we've seen him do it last night.
Bad free throw shooter. Yeah. Especially in a clutch moment. But you remember what Schroeder said at the beginning of the season, how he wanted the ball in his hands more often.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of rubbed me like, how he's going to be able to do that with a LeBron-led team.
Well, Schroeder, just from his time in Atlanta, I mean, his second year, he was, I think Teague was the starter at the time, and that was the ending of those Joe Johnson, Josh Smith teams. But he was very vocal about wanting that starting position. It's just the guy he is. I think at that time he felt like he was a lot better than he actually was, and I think the trade to the Thunder. And playing with Chris Paul, I think it helped his game. I
Right.
think he ended
Don't
up
say.
being better. He's a better version of himself now, but we made playoff runs and he wasn't at the level he is now, but like everybody said, I haven't seen him be able to say, okay, I can run this team in the event that AD's hobbled or LeBron is being passive. He's not the three of the big three. You get what I'm saying?
No, yeah, he's not that
Why
guy.
not
He's
Gasol?
not that guy. Huh?
What about Gasol? Gasol been
What about what about him?
Look at Melvin feel like
straight. You can't give me 8.
You he can give you 8 minutes. You get some of Gasol in bursts. He can't give you a full
Pause.
game of Gasol.
That's what I need him for in a burst. Just a quick, just a what they call them quick
Okay.
quick hits.
Okay.
Nah, man. Nah. Yo, y'all gonna stop blowing my ball Gasol like that, man. Paul, I'm supposed to say Paul because we was talking about that up in that Dallas Maverick. Mark Gasol give you more than 8 minutes, man.
He probably gave you more than 8 minutes, but I'm talking about the Marc Gasol we know. How often you
defensive player of the year, Marc Gasol is long gone.
Oh, all right.
Right?
Yes, let's not. Yeah. But he's the big that can stretch the floor alongside, because we all know Anthony Davis don't like to play the 5. So he's a big that can stretch the floor and let AD work his mid game like he liked to play. So I think the combination of Marc Gasol and AD on the floor at the same time is probably their most potent offensive combination. Just to give him,
it depends on who Gasol got to guard. When you got Gasol and AD on the floor at the same time, so this is what I seen last night, and I'm glad you helped me segue to this, right?
All right.
Because that actually came to bite them in their butt a little bit last night when I seen Wiseman, because as good as Wiseman is, he can step out on the perimeter, and then they put Draymond in to match up with AD. So now AD had to come out the perimeter. That's their shot blocker. They don't have JaVale anymore. They don't have Dwight anymore. So now you got the shot blocker at the 3-point line guarding Draymond, and your shot blocker becomes Marc Gasol. If anybody get in that paint, it's layup time. And if you seen little Pascal last night, they didn't have an answer. Who? I mean, he was eating down there. Wasn't nobody blocking that man shot.
I know he's not on the level on a defensive prowess as a Dwight Howard or even a JaVale McGee, but what about Montrezl Harrell? I mean,
you can't have AD, Gasol, and Trez on the court at the same time. So when I'm talking about the lineup of Gasol,
right, I understand.
AD, that's going to be problematic on the defensive end. Mm-hmm. And it was last night for them,
especially in any 1-5 pick and rolls where Gasol or anybody has to be out there guarding those guards on the perimeter or the small. Like AD guarding Draymond was perfect because Draymond not going in that paint right now, especially with AD on him. He gonna keep AD at the 3-point line and force Gasol to be the rim protected shot blocker, and that's just not who he is no more.
But you also got to remember, like, good coaches. And I mean, this is into Melvin's point. Mm-hmm. They're gonna do an off the ball screen to like a guy without the ball up in his hand, gonna do an all ball screen where Gasol is just lost.
Yeah, they're gonna target him.
And I see, you know who does that really well? The Suns. When I watch the Suns play, they do that a lot. Off ball screens, and it's just like how Chris Paul directs the offense. Mm-hmm. It is great. And
the first thing you done said, right? But why y'all keep talking about defense?
Because it's
why y'all keep talking about defense, bro?
Ain't nobody playing.
This ain't football. Ain't nobody playing that shit. y'all keep talking about defense. I need you to play
Golden
defense.
State. Golden State played some defense last night, man. They used Wiggins and Kelly Oubre to pick up LeBron 94 feet the entire game.
Are you serious? I need to watch.
Y'all got to know
watch that game.
First 2 months off.
Bro, Kelly Oubre and Wiggins, the game plan was we're going to guard LeBron from the inbounds all the way up the floor. He's going to turn, he's going to dribble and turn just to get to half court, and then they go start their offense. They
Well,
did
as
that
smart
the
as you
entire
are,
game.
Or about
as
1/4
smart
of
as
the
you
shot
are, I
clock
can have
ran
a
out.
great argument with you and win it when you first wake up.
Say
And I've
again.
been up. If you first wake up and I've been up and I got something on my mind, I'm gonna kill you in that argument. Man, LeBron sleep right now.
Is that what he is?
He
Hey,
sleep, bro. His
good.
old lady woke him up and went through his phone,
Mhm.
and he was startled.
Well, that's fine. You can talk about why he had 17 points and went 6 for 16. You can say why he did it. You can say it's because he's coasting or because he's asleep. That's fine. What I want to talk about is the people who guarded him, who stopped him from getting more than 17 and going 6 for 16, which was Wiggins and Oubre picking him up 94 feet for the entire game and taking turns. Oubre even got 3 offensive fouls on him. One of them they called on him. The other 2 that he actually got the call because of this pressure. They did a really good job on it. And then when they switched, and that's what I like about Golden State previously when they was in championship mode. When they had Jordan Bell, Iguodala, Livingston, all them that got Draymond Green, Dwayne, all them guys could switch every screen, and they couldn't. These new guys couldn't grasp that concept early this season or last season. Now they're getting it. They're understanding how Steve Kerr wants to coach and how he wants to play, and they look really good last night. They switched every screen, and when Oubre was on AD, knocking the ball loose. When Draymond Green was on AD, so what it is.
Game.
Look, this is the thing, Zo. AD don't like the post.
He don't.
He don't want to do it.
He don't want
to do it.
Trust me, I seen him for forever. I seen him for forever.
Right. And last night, they was like, you know what? You don't want to go on a post, so we're gonna give you the smaller mismatch. We're gonna give you the smaller guy that's gonna force you in the post. And he still didn't want to go down there. So he still was trying to outquick Wiggins, Oubre, and Draymond Green in the perimeter, and then pull jump shots. And then every now and then they would put Wiseman on them, and then Kevon Looney. It was just, he seen 5 different defenders last night, and he didn't know what to do. He just kept shooting jump shots.
Right. That's why I said AD don't like to play the 5. He's a mid-range guy. He's not a post-up guy like talking about.
So that's crazy. That goes back to the point earlier. A good coach.
No, but so what? That's what I'm saying. That just what Zoe's saying right now. He's making the point that I made earlier. Finish, Zoe?
No, a good coach will find those things. He'll find it. Okay, you go into last night thinking this is the Lakers with Bron and AD against a Warriors team that is not 100%. A lot of new pieces, a lot of inexperienced pieces as far as playing those big time games. Even in the regular season, any matchup against the Lakers is going to be a big time game. They're the defending champions and they got LeBron. Steve Kerr being able to use his personnel to their advantage, those young, athletic, lean wings to pester this 36-year-old dude for 94 feet. I think that's why
Jason Terry did it, bro. So why are we in the? So why is this even? Jason Terry and JJ Barrera did that, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Would it matter that who y'all say did it? Because I don't think even I saw Wiggins shoot way too many open threes to think that they cared about last night. Wiggins hit 3 threes in a row, wide open on the wing. I saw LeBron look at him like, "Fuck it."
LeBron don't play defense anymore like that.
No, I'm just trying to say, since this argument goddamn started, nobody plays defense until it matters. Nobody. James Harden should not have got his own rebound and threw it to Kevin fucking Durant.
Kevin Durant.
And you gonna tell me
game winner?
My man didn't even box out.
Like,
granted, I'm sitting here, I sound like a fucking LeBron stan, and I'm not. But when it come down to just, bruh, like ain't nobody gonna stop when LeBron want to get 26 and 10.
I'm with you on that.
Moment ain't there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, and that's why, in the comments they're asking, did this show the Lakers' flaws? Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm getting
So I'm gonna read it. So did the Warriors just show the rest of the league how to beat the OP Lakers?
No,
The rest of the league don't have the world's best shooter.
Yeah,
So-
they just showed me how to take Beyonce from Jay-Z.
What? Hold on. What? No. Well, so Steph had a horrible shooting night. I think he was 2 for 12.
Not in the fourth quarter
behind
though.
the arc. But
Fourth quarter.
it's not about that. They also, the rest of the league also don't have bigs that can switch screens and want to play defense and guard AD. You know, everybody can't switch their screens. That's not everybody's defensive philosophy to switch every screen and guard multiple positions in one possession. Everybody ain't up for that challenge. So no, there's really no fun when the Lakers turn it on. You know, and they really want to play some ball. It ain't a lot of teams that's gonna be able to beat them. So
I agree.
no.
Most people don't even have the personnel to even try.
No.
No, they got defensive players, right, fellas?
Some teams do. I mean, Jordan Bell played great defense when he was with Golden State.
I'm gonna say Drew is a defensive player though. Drew is a good defensive player.
Drew Holiday is a good defender.
Yeah,
there are some defenders in the league.
So is Jamal Crawford now.
You know what makes me mad though? The great defenders like Kawhi, John Wall, Drew Holiday.
Would you put Eric Bledsoe in there?
No. Those great defenders. No, I wouldn't.
He was second team all defensive team last year.
Why the Pelicans giving up all these damn points? Y'all just named 2 Pelican players.
No, Drew not with him this year though. You got to remember we swapped.
You said Eric Bledsoe and
Drew Holiday. Drew is
Lonzo
with
Ball up there. Shit, you right. You did. I'm thinking.
I didn't say Lonzo
Ball not up there.
No.
He'll good defender.
No, when we're mentioning people that's all pro defenders.
Yeah, I'm talking about real defenders that are known for locking people down. Like, hey, you take that guy.
Take the best matchup. Whoever they perimeter player, you guarding him.
Right. It sucks that the way the rules are, that those guys can't even earn their money by hanging their hat on defense because you can't really play roughhouse defense like that.
Yeah, because you can get LeBron James to do this.
You get what I'm saying? Like I see people like Drew Holiday get cooked when he shouldn't have to because he can't really D up because of the rules. That jump be pissing
me off. Why does defense matter in any conversation?
Because and here
2 minutes of the game.
But that's a lot of times Drew, how Melvin said, he plays on the ball hard defense. Drew's usually up in foul trouble. And so that's when, oh Lord, here comes the cooking. And he tried to lay back because what does Drew give you on the offensive end, especially when he was with the Pelicans? He's also a good offensive player. So, man, it's good too. Yes.
Was he in the game the last
Bucks and Nets
possessions last night? Yeah.
I think he was. Yeah, he was.
They was trying to make Chris Middleton.
After that game was over with, then.
No, the Bucks. I guess they don't have faith in him yet. Just
he working his way in there.
On him. They ain't been watching this man.
I mean, he had a pretty decent game. He shot 8 for 16, 22 points, 2 for 4 from 3.
And he wasn't
just for boxing, but I didn't get to watch it, so I'm guessing he probably was guarding Harden a lot of the time. Probably,
I would put him up on Harden.
Yeah, so I mean that's a good game on the offensive side, and Harden had what?
48.
Okay. Harden had a game. Harden had a game though. Harden had 34, 6, and 12. So
what the little bullshit ass 22 points Drew Holiday do behind by 16. Great.
So we all in the consensus. No one has any concerns for after that loss with the Lakers. No concerns. They're still the favorite.
To me,
I think it's still the favorite. I don't know how to put this.
I ain't got that.
Concern, no. Room for improvement. I mean, everybody got room for improvement. Yes. I mean, because it did, regardless of what happened and when it was. Yeah, LeBron could be in cruise control. Them boys just got finished playing in the bubble 2 days ago, it feel like. But I feel like it's early still, but I feel like they definitely, it's just a wake up call. Sometimes the great teams need those games where, especially against Steph, because we know the history between those two.
Yeah.
He
They
don't
both wanted to win that game.
Yeah, he don't want to lose to Steph, and Steph don't want to lose to him. They got too much history. I think it'll give that team the added energy that it needs. But it does reign true. AD is their primary rim protector. They don't have the luxury of bringing JaVale and Dwight off the bench like they did last year. So I think it'll make me watch closer, but it's really no cause for concern to me.
Yeah, me personally, as for the team as a whole, no concern. But I do see individual things with AD and LeBron that's not a concern, but just something that I like to point out to people. Where if you watch the game, what picking LeBron up full court did was it kind of slowed down his opportunities to get those run in down the hill, half court plays where he's going to the hole with a head full of steam, because he was backing his way up all the way up, to the half court, and then then had to give it up to start the offense. He didn't get a lot of that rim running. Then when I'm saying Oubre, a young buck, and Wiggins, a young buck, both athletic, both long, both can move, and both wiry but kind of strong. When I seen that, I noticed that, and I think that was a back-to-back. This is the back end of a back-to-back for them.
I think so.
So maybe he didn't have no legs, but if you notice, he don't have the quickness to blow by guys like that no more. He can still get by a lot of people, but if you notice, he used a lot of screens to find his creases and driving lanes. So the way they played him, the only thing they gave him was mid-range shots and post-ups. He had to get in the post to try to gain an advantage on Oubre and Wiggins to get a shot, and that's not his game. And that's why he went 6 for 16. That's why he went 6, because he's got the 3-point down pack. He's hitting that 3 like crazy.
A little shot.
Guess what he didn't get? Guess why he get those 3s? Because people are afraid of his drive so much they back off of him. So he get a lot of 3s, a lot of warm-up 3s. But when they picked him up full court, he always had a body on him no matter where he was at. Mm-hmm. So he didn't get those open 3s like he usually do. So in order for him to get shots, he went in the post, and it just wasn't clicking.
Hey, can we bookmark February 28th?
What happened in February? Who they play?
That's the next time they play.
Next time the Warriors play them?
The Warriors play the Lakers.
Okay. We can bookmark
40. Fuck around listening to you.
40. I don't think LeBron got 40 in him no more.
What?
Ooh, wait a minute.
I'm not gonna say that.
Let me see if that's All-Star weekend, because he might still be. God damn it!
I don't think LeBron got 40 in him no more.
Oh man, you by yourself up on that one, Mel.
He ain't got 40.
You by yourself. I am about to say that. I'm not about to do that.
He ain't got 40 in him no more, man.
Nah.
He got a 40 piece. He definitely do.
But you know Mel track record. He'll talk down somebody, and tomorrow night they'll have 88. Because he sure talk bad for my Bill picking the next night. My man had 61 3/4.
Yeah, Bill was on one.
Yeah, but one thing I noticed
he heard Mel. Mel, you got to reach. You don't realize it yet. You got to reach. Because every time you down somebody, they go the fuck off.
Hold on. When do I down people? I don't down people, though.
Well, that was when.
I'm sorry if I heard what you said about Bradley Beal and LeBron James just now. I'm fucking coming
what did I say? What did I say about Bradley Beal? I said he's not top 5. I said he's not top 5 player in his position.
Yes.
Yeah, so I got to give you a 60 piece in 3/4.
Yes.
I didn't say he couldn't drop 60. I said he's not a top 5. He dropped 60, and guess what? He's still not a top 5 player in his position.
So guess what? Who they play tomorrow?
Brad going for 70, huh?
Because my man might be looking like Wilt.
Before we move to NFL, though, I do got a bone to pick with Kaz, and I'm gonna pick with him a little bit, man. I gotta throw these numbers back up.
Bro, that shit was funny. Bro.
Mel, I
Hey.
know. Let's be 100% honest.
Funny, bro.
We
I'll
know.
fall asleep
Well,
till I
I
see
know
that
you
shit.
specifically only do this for me. Only for me. Cause no
How?
one, cause no one
How?
else in the group ever talks
this
up
wrong?
Luka. No one's in this group ever talk about Luka other than me.
Yeah, but it's not a you thing. It's just because I did this last year with Westbrook because everybody had Westbrook as a top 10 player in the league, and I was like, he's not top 10.
7. He was in my top 7, and me and Melvin went at it for days on end.
Yeah, and because and no, this was 2 years ago, so not last year, 2 years ago, and I said, look,
everything that you said would happen started to happen.
Right, I said Dame Lillard is a better player than Westbrook. I promise you, and we talked about it, and we debated and we argued about it, and then guess what? He showed and proved it. What I'm telling you is that the numbers that Westbrook was getting with the triple doubles is why people said he was a top 5 or top 10 player, only because the numbers, right?
But he played his ass off too, so that's not
of course.
Yeah,
of course. Every all-star play his butt off. Kimba played his butt off. They're good. They're good players. Westbrook is really good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so is Luka. Luka is really good. He's really good. But what I'm saying is Luka is here, and everybody is putting him here only because of the triple doubles. But I'm telling you, it's fool's gold because the triple doubles, he's getting triple doubles by design. He's forcing them. They're not natural triple doubles. He's forcing them because he's the only player who gets assists on his team. He's the only player who's allowed to get assists.
Wait,
how do you explain
privilege?
Bro, all right. No, I'm not gonna say it. Come on, let's that's not come on now. That's not white privilege.
Look at the assist numbers right here.
But look at his teams.
What you mean? What's wrong with Trey Burke?
What you mean? What's wrong with him? What you mean? What's wrong with him?
Wait. I'm talking about the other ball. He had Seth Curry last year, and Seth Curry couldn't do nothing with the ball. I'm looking at I'm looking at Trey Burke. I'm looking at my man who won the national championship with Villanova. What's his name? He did not play this game right here, but he played last night. Bronson, the left-handed point guard, right? Trey Burke and then Tim Hardaway Jr. Both ball. Oh, and then what's the other dude that they just traded for from Philly? Richardson. Is it Richardson?
Yeah,
bro.
Right, Richardson.
Right. There's 4 people who can make plays for themselves and others and handle the ball, and you still got Porzingis in the post that you can draw plays for. They're not doing that.
Wait. Porzingis
behind the 3-point line, 9 for 19 from field goals.
That's not good.
Of course, it's not good. But have you seen the offense they're running? When Luka sat down, the only offense they had was just give it to Porzingis and let him just go one-on-one.
Yeah.
No, you're not running the offense. Only thing you're doing is saying, Luka, here's the ball. Someone come set Luka a screen up top and then let Luka drive and find somebody open. He's the only person allowed to get an assist.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It is when you're trying to use his numbers to justify his placement in the top 10.
He's just not as good as Chris Paul.
That's all right, but my whole fact of the matter is, first and foremost, the young brother is 21, first and foremost. And it's just like anybody in the system. You're going to play. All right, let's bring this back down to Pee-wee or high school. You're going to put your best. You're going to give the ball to your best player. It's just like funny how high school football, usually the best athletes are quarterbacks.
But listen to what you said. High school. Of course, in high school, you give the ball to your best player and let him take over. In the NBA,
why LeBron James does it?
LeBron James is the only person who is successful in winning the championship playing like that. And guess who he played with? Other certified bucket getters like D-Wade, AD, and Kyrie. You have to have a certified bucket getter who can just get his shot anytime he want to in order to go alongside with a guy that's going to run high screen and roll and set up everybody. You can't have one guy getting all your assists. It's bad offense.
Luka broke somebody's ankles last night
and be the Mavericks coach. Triangle offense. It'll work.
No. Let me ask you this: what offense was they running when Dallas won the championship?
similar. It was a similar
No,
offense.
it was not similar.
But Jason Kidd ran a
The
lot.
Sean Stevenson was
Hold on,
on
hold
that
on, hold on,
team,
hold on,
man.
hold on,
He
hold
wasn't
on.
letting
Hold on,
everybody
hold on.
dribble.
Hold on. Let's count. Let's count how many players made plays in Dallas's offense. Number one option. Now hold on.
Kidd.
Number one option. Give the ball to Dirk in the high post, mid
High
post,
post,
low
mid
post.
post
right?
area. Yeah.
Number two option. J Kidd screen and roll. Jason Terry screen and roll. JJ Barrera screen and roll. There's three point
I
guards.
like Rodney Beaubois.
Hold
on
on.
that damn
That
team.
is 3 point guards.
Wow, I forgot about
Look.
on
That's-
that team.
Look, I just named
Go.
3 point guards who was authorized to make a play for themselves or others. When have
Wasn't
you
Karan
seen
Butler on that team?
and Karan Butler? But when have you
That's a
seen
smart
anybody
son of a
else in Luka's offense be able to make a play for somebody?
All right. That's the same. But Mel, look at the pieces he has. The same
No, it's
pieces.
not. No,
but
there's
the
nothing wrong with
same.
Name you all Hall of
There's
Famers.
nothing wrong with his pieces. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with his pieces. It's the
It-
offense.
No, his pieces are journeymen.
What pieces do San Antonio got right now?
But at the same time, are they winning games?
Hey,
Are-
Yeah,
They
my
get a
whole
better
damn
record than
point Luka
Luka.
Popovich.
The thing is, like Jason Terry was a journeyman at the time. He had been everywhere.
Yeah.
he was.
Karan Butler was he had a skill set. But
Jason Kidd was a journeyman.
They all were journeymen. Dirk was the mainstay, and he was the star. Vince Carter was on that team. Like it
Journeyman?
a bunch of journeymen. It goes back to, I think the biggest thing is, yes, the offense is just not going to be. It's not championship offense. You can't depend on one dude to be everything for the team, unless you LeBron. But then he's not everything because he got guys that he knows when I'm not out there, score points, get the ball, get buckets. Kyrie can get buckets. D Wade got buckets. Even Chris Bosh was a bucket getter.
Hey, I'm
You know,
my dog JR.
He had guys that could get buckets. He had guys that could get buckets, and I think Porzingis is a guy that can score. But when Luka is the primary scorer and the primary rebounder,
Slim, look at your phone.
and he's the primary guy doing everything, it's the same thing Kobe said when they were doing the interview with him and T-Mac. That style of offense is so easy to defend. It's so easy to defend. You run a high screen roll with Luka, we can wall off the defenders, and nobody else is a threat to touch the ball and make a play for anybody. It's easy to defend. It becomes easy to defend. So while James Harden was getting 35, 10, and 12 in Houston, they was getting put out in the first round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I ain't got nothing else to say about that, man. It's bad basketball, and the numbers can't be trusted to justify anything for Luka, man. But Luka
Right.
is
He's still in my
amazing,
top 10.
amazing player. Yeah, and that's fine. I'm just explaining to you. You know, if it's fool's gold to go by those numbers. That's
Right. But yeah, like I said, I gave you props of opening my eyes of how I look at basketball, but at the same time, I still watch what I look at what I enjoy as well. And right, he does run a lot of high screen rolls, but I just like his game, just point blank. Period. It's
I
just
like his game too.
I like watching
I like his game too a whole lot.
Luka
It's
is
like-
good. He's great. He has the potential to be great.
Just like I like watching Zion, and you say that's not going to work, but I think Zion game will transition. I just think
In the what?
no in the NBA. I think
It's already transitioned to me. I'm actually with you on this one. Like the dude
I
just
just-
exciting to watch.
right, and I think he can be efficient. I just some key points. Then we're gonna go to football that he needs to work on. It's his court vision because he makes a lot of bad plays when he's trying to pass. So one thing I noticed, if you look at when he played Los Angeles, he's in the lineup as a 4. They couldn't have AD on him. AD cannot stick with him. AD weakness is fast players. They had AD play off the ball to assist, especially when Morrison was on him, or especially when Montrezl Harrell was on him. They had AD watch Zion and play off ball. That's why a lot of time AD was getting blocks if Zion develop a court vision to like look, and this is something that Stan Van Gundy needs to improve on as a coach offensively. I know he always want to harp up on the defensive end, but he needs to help his young soon-to-be superstar player out by saying, look, this is what they're doing with AD. They're having them play off the ball, spying up on you. Every time you attack the rim, AD is spying on you. So what you need to find out as a player, your court vision is finding out where he is on the court. Because if whenever a team don't have that, Zion gonna have 25, 26 on 10 for 14 shooting.
How do you build around Zion as your best player?
No, he's not the best player though. Ingram is our best player, and you signed him for a 5-year contract. So again, I'm speaking as a Pelicans fan.
Yeah.
So Zion is what's gonna put seats in the stadium. Ingram is what's gonna keep them there. So you have to, like, when that time comes, look, Zion, we got to defer to Ingram at the end of games because he's going to space the floor out. He's our best shot creator. And Mel don't like the comparison, but he's young KD. Yes, man.
That's oh gosh.
Mel look at Brandon Ingram as Clyde Drexler or something.
You know what? I like it.
But even his jab step, like Mel don't like it, but I like this in his game. Even his jab step that he does, he gets that exactly from KD. And his mid-range, he's a mid-range guy. What is KD known for? Being a mid-range king.
Brandon Ingram to, bro. There's one dude. You know I got to get my jerseys.
Nah.
Without the crack. The crack.
Nah, man.
You know why? Because he ain't as good as him. That's exactly why. He ain't even as good as Lamar Odom, bro.
You're talking about a guy who had a career.
16.
Wait. Let me compare it to a guy that's 22.
I told y'all about this age thing, bro. If I got drunk at 21 and drove, they ain't letting me go.
All right,
I know that.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, was Jordan as good as he was when he was 21, vice when he was 27?
Nah, but they ain't had a everyday sports thing that analyzed every single game of Jordan. Unfortunately for these youngsters, we in the age today where we could do this shit. And we gonna analyze them every damn day. At 21 should not be no excuse to me. Because that's all dope.
He's a tough
basketball.
At 20, how old was KD when he went to his first championship game? I think he was 22.
22. No.
I could have sworn they was in the league for he still had 24, right? Because he was still up in his
younger than 24.
Yeah, that was James. Because remember, after the championship, James Harden left. Because James Harden,
there was 23 and under. There was 23
went to. All right, that's something. That's something that I want to see.
I think they didn't sign him. They didn't.
Give them boys
How did they give? How did they?
They drafted.
I know they drafted him. Yeah, I know they drafted him, but how did he? I'm trying to remember how he ended up with the Rockets. Did they not pick up an option?
No.
Yeah, they didn't. They wouldn't go. They was looking at who they.
I know they couldn't pay everybody. It was Ibaka. It was. They could have. They chose not to.
Dude, you know who they had. You know who they had. They had Westbrook. They had Harden. They had KD. They had Jeff Green. They had Ibaka. They had Eric Maynard on the bench. They had
everybody. Yeah,
they had Collison
in the camp. Man, by the way, I'm letting know it. I cooked his ass. I cooked
for Maynard. I like Maynard. I like
cooked his ass.
I like
Maynard.
Maynard.
Don't play no defense. Duh.
He said he don't play defense.
So KD was 23 in his first finals. And I think Westbrook and Harden was 22. They was young bucks. They beat puppies.
Babies.
They beat babies. Right now Wiseman is 19. Imagine if he led his team to a championship in 3 years. 3 years from now.
Well, that would be 4 years. Math is kind of off.
Yeah, I mean he turns 20 this year though.
Yeah, I'm going to answer right now.
Can he go to the club?
No, no.
Nigga could go to the club. He can be looked at. I know his experience matter, but I don't give excuses for being young.
All right.
I understand the going through the
I'm
going.
sitting out
Like
the rest of this one.
I'm
NFL.
exaggerating.
Oh, we talking about BI?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just like I can't make a point. It's just, I don't want to hear the excuse. You're right, man. I was wrong up in that matter.
I just don't know.
I wasn't debating you. I'm actually agreeing with you. I just
what the
don't
fuck?
like,
I'm confused on you, Slim. Like I really am at
don't
this
like
point.
the overall that we give a pass to people for the age they are. If we call them great,
young.
I don't give a shit how old you are.
Especially, I get. You know what?
On
I
both
kind of
ends.
understand. Especially,
I don't praise
guys.
people for doing something.
How long BI been in the league?
This is this would be his 4th year.
4th year, I think.
No, this would be his 5th year because
He signed his extension.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
years
5
they
years.
signed to him?
He had a crazy first five years with the Lakers experience and all of that. But he's shown what he can do. I'm gonna be honest. And people might disagree. I really want to see what is okay. Athleticism is not a skill, right?
It's not.
It's not. I mean, it can be used as a skill, but do y'all consider athleticism a skill?
No,
I don't consider it.
Do shit.
I don't consider it as a skill. I attribute your athleticism, as an attribute that can enhance your skills, right? Like if you're stronger, you might be able to bounce the ball a little bit faster, which makes a better dribbler. But it's not because you're strong, you're a good dribbler. That's something that you actually have to work at.
Well, so that means that track and field stars don't have skills because that's all athleticism and some technique as well.
No, so the European track coach said Usain Bolt had one of the worst takeoffs in the sport ever, but he's just natural at it. He cannot get out the blocks. It's hard for you to get out the blocks as a 6'5" compared to what some people are. Because usually sprinters are supposed to be shorter people, right? 5'10". But because he's 6'5", it's harder for him to get out the blocks. He's just naturally fast. Evolution in which you don't believe in.
What?
No, I'm saying because you always say that we don't evolve as players. You don't believe in that.
No, that's
I was just messing with you. I was just messing with you.
No. My thing is running, jumping, and all this. I still think that's a skill.
All right,
okay, so let's see. Zion.
Hey,
right.
What is his skill? Is that what his elite skill is?
Yeah, athleticism.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, but Mel, the day after I was a little bit kind of emotional in that when I was just like, man, I don't want to look at LeBron. I mean, lay my last. I don't want to look at Zion as just pure athleticism. But I have to agree with you. It is athleticism. That's why I was saying I hope he get the skill of a better court vision. Like I'm critiquing him. So I don't consider that as a skill. It's just he's a phenomenal athlete. Like when have we ever seen someone 6'7", 285, 300 pounds be able to jump like that? Be able to, his first step is like ridiculous. That's what I say. He is a match.
Antonio Gates.
Hell no. Antonio Gates was like the slowest.
Julius Peppers played just like Zion without the hops. I mean,
I don't remember him like that at North Carolina.
Yeah, he was left-handed and he played just like Zion, a bull in the china cabinet.
I think y'all tripping on that one, but
yeah, I don't remember it.
Not cashing. Nah.
He played just like
Dennis
Rodman.
Zion
played just like Julius Pepper.
No, he didn't, man.
If Julius Pepper had Zion's jumping ability, they would be the same player.
But that's what we're talking about, his athletic ability. We're not talking about his game right now. I was trying to agree with you, Mel.
Huh?
Josh Smith. Y'all mentioned him earlier.
Josh Smith?
But Josh Smith was like 6'10", 6'11".
No, he was like
He was long.
Did you
was
not just say
he had long
athleticism was a
arms.
skill?
I mean,
I'm
I
talking
think
about
he was an athlete.
so height is too.
Yeah, height
Slim.
is too. I mean, he had deep, which I mean,
Slim
he
is
was
the in reversing of Wilson from Home Improvement right now. Like you only can see Wilson's eyes. All I can see is Slim mouth.
See Adam Brooks, because that's what we needed Sunday.
Yeah, okay. I mean, let's move to football, man. We've been on daggone NBA.
Daggone.
So Adam
Packers,
Brooks is a great quarterback.
man.
Saints.
Hey, first of all, let me say this. Right. We was doing brackets before the playoffs started. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I predicted the Packers, Bucks, and the Bills, Kansas City Chiefs championship on both. I predicted what we're going to see this weekend. I predicted it. And I got to get Slim his props for picking the Bills as well. And we both picked the Bills to beat the Chiefs.
And I got an excuse for the Saints.
I'm a Saints fan. I don't have an excuse for them.
I got an excuse for the Saints.
Who all picked the Saints, man? We'll get the
That's
Saints.
why I picked them.
We'll get the
That's why I
Saints.
picked them.
We ain't got to talk about this Packers Rams thing because it wasn't that exciting, right? We ain't got to talk about it that long. But what was y'all thoughts on the game, man? I mean, I was watching the Adams and Ramsey matchup.
Well, I was gonna go first.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go. It was definitely entertaining. I love seeing. I mean, and this started before the kickoff, so them dudes was chirping before the kickoff, which I figured it would be. And you know, Adams made some valid points when they did the post game, saying he sold him. You know, I'm not one of these other dudes. If you want to get some props off me, then follow me around. Don't just line up on the boundary side and play whatever corner is on that side. Guard me for the full game, and then you know we'll see what it is. I mean, that matchup was the matchup. Once again, we were wondering where the points were going to come from the Rams, and that proved to be true. And Rodgers is still good at football. So
He really is.
Goodness gracious,
the dude is a beast, man. And what I thought was going to happen happened. And I'm like I said, I'm predicting Packers, Buffalo, Super Bowl. So we'll see if I continue to be right. Although I'm kind of scared of Tampa Bay's defense, though.
that linebacker,
defense shit
Devin
again.
White. You say Slim?
It's the NFL. He said
this defense shit again.
Well,
it's
this
the
is
NFL.
different. This is a little different.
It is, but this Brady, that's white privilege for real. For some reason, no matter what team this dude on, I mean, he only been on one, but the defense can look like trash. He still get to the Super Bowl. I can't bet against that dude, bro. I can't bet against him. I ain't think they was gonna win Sunday for real. Like I didn't think they was gonna beat that the Saints.
But why though? Why though? I told Kaz. Kaz was like, "AB don't make up 30 points." I was like, "Dude,
He didn't. He was hurt. He didn't even play the game.
Bench him?
He didn't
No,
play.
he got hurt. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
It was
he did?
AB,
I know I didn't see him. I didn't know he was hurt.
AB. No, he did not make it. You know who made up? Slim, why you keep saying white privilege? That don't even apply to this.
Tom Brady, bro.
Bro, why you keep no, bro? To all our white viewers, ignore Slim. So
Tom Brady is white privilege.
Tom Brady is privileged to whatever team he's on. Like, so do y'all think it was more Bill Belichick or Tom Brady at this point in time?
He good as shit.
you changing the subject?
He's great.
Packers Rams.
Add white
What
privilege.
did you see in the game? Packers Rams.
You said it in the beginning. We don't even have to say anything about it. So
You ain't got nothing to say about
nothing,
it.
bro. Aaron Rodgers is he's a bad man. That's all I gotta say. He's a bad man. Like,
And what else?
that's all I gotta say. I'm done with that topic.
But I mean, how did they pull it off? How did they pull it off? Like the Rams did. Well, Aaron Donald was hurt, right? He barely played.
Yeah. And we knew he was banged up going into it anyway. I mean, we just didn't know the magnitude. Aaron Donald is a game wrecker if he's healthy. So we might have saw a different game had he been healthy. But yeah. This is just when you give 12 that type of space and that type of room, he's gonna do the right thing with it. He's just that good. And so it'll definitely be interesting to see how the Bucks use Devin White against them, because if they're going to have to get Aaron Rodgers off his square to have a chance, I think, to even have a chance of winning. Now, I think their offense is capable, but their defense has to be the difference.
I like the fact that the Packers is trusting their run so much that what happened to them last year with the 49ers when they just made life hell for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Like they run the football, man. And they use 2 or 3 running backs to run it, and they content with just running it, and Aaron Rodgers is good enough to where he don't need to throw it 40 times to be effective. He don't need to take 3 shots a quarter. Like I can't even predict when he go take a shot. Most times you can, you be like, oh, they go take a shot. They just got an interception. He about to take a shot. They so patient with it, and you don't even know when they're taking a shot. And Aaron Rodgers is like, imagine if you only cheat one time in a quarter, and that one time you cheat, Aaron Rodgers catches you cheating and take a shot. That's what he's doing.
Like old lady.
Like
I just dunked him, and when he catches you cheating.
Well, you know what I mean with the defense.
Right,
The defense. You get caught with your pants down. You get caught with your safety not back down. You trying to sneak a blitz in there.
Keep his eye. Safety out.
You're trying to be sneaky, and you only do that ever so often. But that one time you do it, you get caught up. That's what Aaron does. He's content with running it and throwing that little short passing game until he see you trying to cheat a little bit, and then he takes advantage every single time. He gets one of those deep passes once or twice a game, man, to either Scantling or Adams or Lazard. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how he keep catching people. So I think
Aaron Rodgers to a woman.
I didn't
Think about it. Yes,
I didn't. I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I do. I really did.
I knew I was cheating the first time I did it. She threw 6-yard hitches the whole time. Send a text message. I ain't answer. 6-yard hitch. Post a picture of us. I ain't posted. Curl out. And then that deep ball popped up at my house at 2:00 in the morning. It happened. Fucking happened.
All right, man.
All right, yeah.
She's Aaron Rodgers.
Yo, Slim.
Am I off? Am I off? That makes total sense to me.
All right, Slim. I give you that one, Slim. I give you that one.
I give you that. Called cheating before. I know.
I give you that one.
Damn. I know. But this guy got caught cheating a few times, and it was just like Aaron Rodgers played quarterback.
Good Lord. That's so stupid, man. So damn stupid. All right, man. Bills Ravens. I called this one too. I don't know why. Who picked the Ravens? Oh, first of all, who picked the Rams? Somebody picked the Rams. Cash, you picked the Rams.
No, I didn't. I said it came down to the health of
Aaron
Donald, but I said I'm gonna go with the Packers because there's too many uncertainties with the Rams. That's exactly.
So nobody picked the Rams. Nobody picked the Rams.
No.
Who picked the Ravens?
My boy picked the
I did. I picked the Ravens. And them boys put up a 3-ball. They shot it one time from deep.
They didn't even get in the end zone.
They were Lance Armstrong and you. 3 balls.
What?
Is this more about the Ravens or the Bills?
Bills.
Both.
Bills.
I mean, the Bills defense is good.
The Bills always had a defense. Let's keep that a buck.
They did.
They always had a defense.
I think the play calling was questionable. And I think it has been questionable. When you got an athlete like Lamar Jackson, you tend to and I don't know whether it's and because I'm not in that quarterback room, I don't know whether it's his ability to not rely on instinct or is it the play calling or whatever it is, but it seems redundant. It was like you kind of know what they're going to do a lot of the times because they got Lamar Jackson. And when you going up against a defense like Buffalo, they're going to be able to stop it. And that's what I saw. I thought they started to, really get some momentum going the week before, switching it up. Hollywood Brown actually being a threat in the game, except somebody other than Andrews, but the Bills shut that down. So I think it's an indictment on both. I think the Ravens got some offseason stuff to look at offensively to see where they want to go as far as play calling. And I even seen questions about whether Lamar is that guy for them. Bills defense is good, but I think Lamar can be the guy. I don't know if he can be that guy with those type of play calls, but I mean, credit to the Bills.
No, you remember when Mike Vick was with Work Done and Algie Crumpler,
of course,
in Atlanta, and he wouldn't you don't even know the receiver that was with him because only people he threw it to was Crumpler and Work
It
Done.
looks the same.
One better.
Man, I've seen this movie before.
Who the hell is Trent Dilfer? How the hell he got a ring?
Because of that defense.
Shannon Sharp, and that's it.
They had they had Jamal Lewis running the heck out of that ball too.
And
they wasn't running read option, and Trent Dilfer wasn't their running back. Lamar is the Ravens running back.
Bro, y'all ever seen that meme? It was just like 3 plays, and it was just like Lamar. How the hell they know our offense? And it was like the jet sweep.
I promise, it's so predictable. It was so predictable. You cannot run that with an offense. That with a defense like Buffalo?
No. See, this is the thing. They need bigger receivers. If they're gonna do all of that, you can't have 5'7", 120 pounds Hollywood Brown to be. No, you need.
But they had Dez Bryant. They didn't use him,
which is weird.
And it don't matter what kind of receiver you got. If you ain't in the seams, Lamar Jackson he ain't looking for you.
But I'm also talking about on a blocking aspect. They don't have that physical outside perimeters. Like if Lamar Jackson had AJ Brown and Corey Davis, I think that would be a perfect combination. Bigger receivers that actually can make plays after the catch.
Receivers anyway, but Mel,
facts.
You hit the nail on the head. It looks like that's Algie Crumpler led the team in receiving yards that year. We had 4 receivers. Like it just becomes and even Michael Vick then, he probably wouldn't have said it then, but now he says that he wasn't as focused on the details when it came to playing quarterback. So it's a balance, man. You gotta understand because Lamar Jackson physically, the only thing we've seen close to it is Vic, but it's going to take more than that to win a ring. It's going to take more.
They go get serious and they want to make runs and they want Lamar to be their quarterback. They got to ignore the fact that he can be their running back as well. It's the same. It's almost the same thing with Luka. It looks great. It's good for numbers, but it's not good for winning. Right. You can't have your quarterback also be your running back. And you can't have in basketball, you can't have your top scorer also be your top assist guy unless you go give him an all-world player like AD, Wade, or Kyrie.
So I'm taking a page out of Golden State's book by hiring Steve Nash as like that player for the coach for the players. I'm trying to reach out to Steve Young. Look, man, what we need to do as an organization to get you at least to be our quarterback coach. Steve Young was one good running quarterback that showed that he can win a Super Bowl. So I'm trying to get him to come up in my quarterback room and sit down with Lamar this offseason. Right now, I'm trying to get that man in my book. That's what I'm trying to do in that
Colin
offense.
Kaepernick did after that. After they tried to
Took knees. Took knees.
Right now, I'm trying to get that man in my book.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
What's going on, man?
What's up?
Okay, my own. Hello. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, it was a delay. So I'm trying to get him to come up in my quarterback room and sit down with Lamar this offseason. Yo, Mel. Right now.
Yeah, my bad. I thought that was a call in. That was actually somebody else calling in. They're like work. But yeah, I mean, I get the Steve Young thing. He was a quarterback first before he was a runner. I don't know if it has to be a running quarterback that comes in and works with Lamar, because he don't have no issues knowing when to tuck it and run. He just needs to, make a decision. Hey man, if you want to run that much, just convert the receiver. You know
Right,
what I mean?
But you look for someone with similarities that made it work. That's all I'm saying. Steve Young made it work, and even though he was let me throw before I run, but we also got to remember who his receivers were. I mean, he was brought up in the Bill Walsh system, and he had a great group of receivers. So that's why it was a little bit more easier to transition. Oh, let me throw. I got Jerry Rice up on one side. A little while later, we got T.O. You know what I'm saying? But that was before he won the Super Bowl that he had T.O. I'm trying to think. Was it Waters? I'm trying to remember all of his receivers that he had back then. Yeah, but that's the difference. Plus, you got regarded as probably the best coach of all time for introducing the West Coast offense to us. So that's why it's a little different for Steve Young.
All right, hey, we got that caller back. Gary, go ahead.
Hey, fellas, how y'all doing?
We're good, man.
Doing good.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys' show. First time calling in to it. Mel has come to the truck before. I know you remember me, Mel, when at the Naval Base. So
yeah, for sure. You
appreciate you guys.
You see that chain in the background?
Let me see. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
I got it from your truck, man.
Come on back out and get you some more chains, man.
I got you. No doubt. What's up, though?
Yeah, I see it now. I see it. Hey, man, I want to say to you, basically what you were saying about Lamar Jackson is definitely true. I agree 100% because, the offense is pretty much very predictable. And, with Lamar, like I said, you know what he's going to do. Basically defenses are not honest, man. So, they know he's going to run. We're going to go 8 in the box, where you were saying about Aaron Rodgers is that Aaron Rodgers is keeping defenses honest. That's why they're having the success that they're having, man. That's how I feel. But I also want to comment on something you guys were talking about earlier about I think it was talent and being fast or something like that.
Yeah.
I always look at it. The skill is something that's not taught, or talent. Talent is something that's not taught. You just go out and do it. An offensive lineman is taught how to block. It's taught technique. So that's my way of dividing the two of it, the both of them up.
Okay.
So I know you guys were talking about the talent and skill. So that's how I go about it. But I'm going to let you guys go. I just want to say great show. Enjoy it. And I'm going to start listening a little bit more. Come out to the truck, brother.
All right. Hey, before you go, Gary, I appreciate the call. Yeah. But before you go, who you got Super Bowl?
I got, be honest with you, I got Bills and Green Bay. That's who I got. Now, I know the gentleman down at the bottom under you, I know he said something, I think it was Tampa Bay. I don't think he said Tampa Bay, but he was saying Tampa Bay's defense is pretty good. And it did. It picked up against the Saints. I really, I like the way they stepped up. I had thought the Saints would win the game, but it's hard to beat a team 3 times. It's hard to do. And I thought they would probably beat I figured the Saints would beat them. Tampa would beat them. But it's I've got the Buffalo Bills and I've got the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl. Buffalo's just playing lights out. Their defense is playing good, and the same thing with Cleveland and the Chiefs. I think what made that game close was Cleveland just continued to pound the rock.
Right.
They got two bulls in their backfield. You got to pound the rock, and that's what I think some bad calls, a few things here and there, but I think the you running the ball is going to be the thing against the Chiefs. Chiefs are vulnerable on their defense.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how I feel. So that's why I got the Bills and the Packers. I think I'll pair with that.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it, Gary.
That's a good call.
All right.
I'm waiting for Jay. I'm waiting for Jay to come in the comment section again.
That's a heck of a call right there.
Man, the Pelicans getting the brakes beat off of them.
Yeah, that's to be expected, man. Come on, man.
I just turned it on. Who they playing?
Who they playing?
Jazz.
They playing cheeks and butt. And they getting beat. Come on, man. Telling y'all, man. Hey, man. So, hey, that's another person that got Bills beating the Chiefs. Slim. I mean, I guess.
He don't count. It ain't like he got that many teams to choose from.
If you don't pick it before the playoffs start, you gotta pick it before the playoffs start, right? Now you can't get See, I said count those Slim, but I say I was count more because we picked it before we even
y'all
play in the playoffs.
Y'all definitely get credit. Y'all definitely get credit for that because I did not see it.
I really feel like that's a better 49er team last year. With a better offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wrong defense, better offense. Okay.
And a better quarterback, too.
Yes.
And a better receiver.
I had my Jimmy Garoppolo shirt on. I took that bitch off when I knew I was coming on there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. And a better coach that don't choke. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm not going to say a better coach just yet because the philosophies of the coaches are a little bit different.
But Dermot, the dude that had the Panthers defense playing lights out and had
that's what I'm saying. Different,
the best corner in the league.
But you got to think about today's game. It's more of an offensive league than it is a defensive league.
That wasn't that long.
So
unless you got a defense.
Unless you got a really good defense, but they also got a really good offense. I mean, Shanahan also had Matt Ryan as the MVP. So he was who? So did he not win the MVP? I mean, I know it's a tender subject, but did Shanahan offense? All right, then.
What I will say about Shanahan. What I will say about Shanahan, because y'all know this is sensitive subject.
Right, I know.
Y'all know. He was able to get the most out of Matt Ryan, get the most out of Julio Jones, get the most out of the offense as a whole, than any of our previous coaches and any coach since, honestly. He maximized the talent that he had on the offense. I mean, when you have good players, his play calling helped them become great. Matt Ryan was an MVP. Julio was, I mean, that year he was
best receiver in football.
He was the best receiver in football. Like it was unbelievable what he was able to do. But when it counts,
right,
we don't know if we can count on him. I think he's too smart for his own good sometimes. He's too, and I think that as a coach, then as a coach,
sample size.
As a coach, man.
So it sounds like he's a heck of a offensive coordinator and play caller.
He got his team to a Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, when he was a head coach, he did the same thing. That's why I feel Zoe.
But right. All right. I have nothing to say because he fell short 2 times. I mean, he was up by 10 points in the fourth quarter
in both games.
All right. But I'm gonna say this.
It's only a short sample size.
But I'm gonna say this. He had a really good play call with Emmanuel Sanders running that seam route. Wide open, should have been a touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't connect with it. He was wide open. That should have been a touchdown. So I'm not gonna fault Shanahan up on that one. I'm just gonna agree that Josh Allen is a much better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we already briefly touch the Browns Chiefs, man. I don't have much to say about it other than the Browns had it. They had it. So I guess we can talk about it a little bit, but I really want to know. Because I was telling Jay, y'all saw it in the group chat. Me and Jay going back and forth about it. I was like, yeah, I think Mahomes will be cleared to play, even if he's not cleared to play. Right? So he's going to play, right? The worst thing that might happen, the NFL might postpone the game just to have Mahomes on the field,
or have them play the Sunday game instead of the Saturday game.
Yeah. So you're going to see Mahomes on the field, but just because he's on the field, just because he's on the field doesn't mean everything upstairs is straight. I've seen a lot of players that go through concussion protocols and be fine, and then they just get on the field and just do some dumb stuff, and you can look in their eyes and be like, man, this dude ain't there.
But did you see him though? That was like,
it looks scary. Bro.
Yes, it did. I mean, the face of the NFL was just like, and then his players just like, bro, like, nah, man, your ass got to go to the sideline because you're not only the face of the franchise, face of the NFL right now, man. Mm-hmm. So he has to be playing in football so we can actually get that money. Because if Patrick Mahomes is not up in that game, they're not gonna have the ratings. No ifs, ands, or buts. Nobody wants to see Chad Henne start for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chad Henne getting dead. Look at Chad
Henne.
Like, bro, I don't remember him since Michigan, right?
Chad Henne out here.
He played in Dallas.
Again, I don't remember him since Michigan.
All right, I got another caller. Caller, go ahead.
What's up, guys? What's up, man?
Who this? Clayton Bisbee.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
What's going on? First, I'm gonna say, one, I'm a man of my word, so I paid Jay for that bet on that Chiefs Browns game.
Yeah, he showed us.
He
showed us
instantly. My prediction is Packers. My prediction is Packers Bills.
Number one.
I'm gonna say this, and the reason why I say this is because cleared or not, right? And Mel, you hit on this for a second before I call. You can be cleared, but cleared ain't necessarily cleared.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
If Mahomes is not 100%, Mahomes is a very, very integral part of that offense.
Yeah.
If he's not hitting like Patrick Mahomes hits on, that defense is gonna have a field day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the offense is gonna capitalize off that momentum, and it's just gonna end up being a rout, in my opinion, honestly. Now, if Mahomes is 100%, it might be a different story. But I think you're going against you got a team that has a championship hangover, and you got a team who hasn't been in 20-some plus years with a hungry young core and a coach that can actually out-coach, I think, Andy Reid when it comes down to it.
So let me ask you this. Because in my opinion, it's just not the concussion that's the issue. His foot looked bad too, and it was he only took off running maybe twice after he hurt that foot, and every time he ran, he came up limping, right? So if you take away that part of his game, because that's another part that makes him dangerous, because when you get all that speed going downfield, if you cover all of them, he has the ability to run as well. A lot of quarterbacks don't have that ability, but if you take that away from him, that's another element that that they're gonna be playing without. So
Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson.
No, Patrick Mahomes got wheels.
He does. I mean, he's not the fastest, but he's not like Lamar Jackson fast, but he can definitely get away from you, and he's displayed that numerous of times.
Mm-hmm.
And but if you take away that part of his game and you force him to go over the top 90% of their plays, that Bills defense is not something to play around with. I mean, I think they got Tre'Davious White at corner. They got a decent safety
top 3 cornerback
back there, and that you feel me. So you take away that running game and you rely solely on Le'Veon Bell and Clyde Edwards, who is not 100% to play yet.
No, he's not even there.
So you relying on you're relying on Le'Veon Bell.
And what's
For
the
your
other guy?
running
name?
game.
What's the other guy name?
Central
Williams. Yeah.
Williams.
Samuel.
Williams.
So you're basically running on those two guys, which are, they'll give you 4 or 5 here and there. They might give you one crazy one off the backfield every once in a while. But Mahomes is honestly like the biggest part of that running game, and you take away that and make them go over the top every time. The Bills are going to be expecting that, and they're going to expose that.
Yeah, and then Kansas City's defense is Swiss cheese. So, yeah, man, I'm comfortable with my pick.
All season. I've been saying this all season. Kansas City defense has been suspect all year.
Yeah,
the only thing that's kept them 14-2 is the fact that Patrick Mahomes has that explosive offense.
Yeah, and when
if it wasn't for them,
I mean Malik Yoba suspect.
But yeah, that's what I got, man. I got the Bills taking that one.
New York.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Hey, thanks, Click.
No problem.
Hey, man. Everybody waking up, man.
Nah, but you gotta legit. Patrick Mahomes is like what Peyton Manning was with that Colts offense. He masked so many of the deficiencies that we stopped looking at the deficiencies as much. Like they say, winning cures all. When you're winning, oh well, like it doesn't really matter. But a concussion, that's like legitimately, that's gonna make a thinking quarterback step back some, because you got to be able to read a defense. You got to be able to make your quick reads. And if you can't make your reads that quick, man, like what are you doing back there?
You might
legitimate. But he's not Michael Vick when it comes to running. And even if he was, he's dealing with a turf toe. You got to remember, when you're dealing with a turf toe as a quarterback, even though Patrick Mahomes don't really rely upon mechanics that like talking about, at times you still need to step into your throw. And that turf toe with that concussion is going to mess up his timing and his ability to throw off of his feet, like in playing. So
that's true. He threw 2 throws in the dirt. I think with some of his long balls, I think he can do that without stepping so much in. But when he got to drive it,
right,
and he got to fit it in the tight spot, and his defenders around, I think that's when he really got to plant and make sure his technique is right. And those are the 2 throws that he threw in the dirt. That were short throws.
Right, just 2.
Before he got hurt. So when he hurt his toe, he completed a couple of passes, but the 2 short ones he tried to complete, or the 2 mid to short ones,
intermediate routes.
Yeah, they threw him right in the dirt, and then he got a concussion after that. So it would have been problematic for the rest of the game if he didn't get knocked out.
Well, he needs to go get whatever Ray Lewis had before that Super Bowl to fix that toe and that concussion.
Here go the one right. Here go the game right here. I'm gonna let y'all just have it.
I have nothing to say, man. I literally watch no sports. 2020. I literally watched no sports, nothing yesterday, man, just because I didn't want to see any of that. So I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say about the game. I can't put all of the blame up on. But man, I'm not even gonna say our defense played a bad game. It's hard to force the team to 3 and out. Then all of a sudden your quarterback throw an interception and they're up on the 2-yard line. So it wasn't even a bad defensive game. It was that, the defensive, their momentum was cut short by a lot of turnovers. But it was 4 turnovers. Like, nah, I'm sorry, man. I have nothing else to say about the game.
I don't know if you can put nothing on nobody's shoulders, man. It's just Tampa Bay playing good football, and Brady pitched a good game.
All right, good. All right, I lied. I am gonna say something else. So you mean to tell me Jared Cook running with the football like a loaf of bread? That was stupid, man. You're not. Come on now. You're not. You're not. I was about to say you're not blazing fast. Come on now. You're not blazing fast. So that's what I'm saying. It was all on the offensive end, man. The defense, minus the turnovers. I mean, it was what, 21 points? So no, it was like 24 points that they gave up on turnovers. So I can't really say that it was all defensive fault. It was Jared Cook caused one of the interceptions when he was trying to catch it, and I don't know what the hell he was trying to do. And
Athleticism.
Athleticism.
You can teach that. How about you catch the motherfucker, Jared?
bro, you're what he is, like a 12-year vet, bro. You should be able to catch that.
Oh
man, all right. I've vented enough.
Hey man, Tom Brady played a heck of a game, man. And hey, Tom Brady played a heck of a game.
Bruh, Devin White. I don't know how this guy did not get voted into the Pro Bowl. I don't know how he's
20.
Because what he is 23.
Yeah,
but
stop giving me that age argument, man. Yeah.
Bruh, no, I don't want to hear that, Slum. He is not good in pass coverage. He is very good on the blitz, and he's very good at stopping. He's a very short tackler. Let's keep it.
I wish you had him on your goddamn team.
Y'all notice the people who've been on the wrong side of Black Lives Matter have been having a rough year, like Trump.
This is
Drew,
not your time.
What you talking about? Tom Brady had the MAGA hat in his locker.
That's just
white privilege.
He didn't say that against BLM though. Tom know better. Tom didn't come out and say what Drew Brees said though.
True.
And he about to have his day this week.
You know what's funny? All right, I lied again. The best pass thrown by a Saint was from Jameis Winston.
Famous Jameis, baby.
I agree.
Not about this. Aaron Brooks is the greatest quarterback in
Shut your ass up, Slim.
And I'm being serious.
Slim, do you have Clorox at your house? Mix whatever you drink it with some Clorox.
Nigga, I'm not talking to you. I'm being serious.
No,
I'm being serious.
Nah, I have Mel. I have nothing else to say about.
You better than Jeff Blake, right?
Who?
Somebody is mad at Slim right now.
I'm gonna kick his ass after y'all over.
You gonna have to.
Somebody hot with you, bro.
Aaron Brooks better than Jeff Blake.
I've only been saying it for 10 weeks, but I ain't having a podcast with you right now. I'll talk to you when this shit over with. Who better than him? Seriously.
I'm going in the comments. Fuck that.
Hey, you talking about for the Saints? Well, Drew
Brees is the greatest Saint of all time. Yeah. I'm not about to
best.
But let's just talk about black quarterbacks though. Aaron Brooks was really good, but guess who else was just as good as Aaron Brooks? Quincy Carter. It pretty much was the same guy. If it wasn't for the crack cocaine, Quincy Carter would have probably a better career than Aaron Brooks did.
Bruh, I'm not even going to agree with that. One of the greatest football players of all time was a known crackhead, so I don't want to hear that shit. Lawrence Taylor will go get. I know this man will go get. He admitted he went and got doped up and played the very next night. And how did this man was able to be like the greatest?
He don't know how he did it.
But how he was able to run the plays.
So we don't remember I
lie to you not, man. I lie to you not, man. When Lawrence Taylor used to tackle people, it was a rumor that he used to try to sniff the white chalk on from off the field.
Why y'all doing that?
Bro, you're not but to like Lawrence Taylor is like one of my favorite football players of all time.
Lawrence Taylor was
Stephen A. Smith said, because he was on crack.
Lawrence Taylor was that
and
dude.
We're not gonna leave the crackhead Joe Namath out this.
Joe Namath was on that stuff too.
Joe Namath was definitely high when he predicted they won that Super Bowl and fuck up and won.
Joe Namath was either high or drunk on Monday night some years ago, like 12, 14, 15 years ago. And he was talking to a female reporter. Like, oh my God. I said, yo, this dude lit. He was lit. I said, yeah, how they let this dude get on TV, man?
Well,
I remember that.
Racist here, but Dr. J do it all the time.
He told us he wanted to kiss her on live.
Yeah, I want to kiss. His eyes was glossy. I thought he had marbles in his eyes. That's how glossy his eyes was, man.
Man, go back and look at some of them All-Star games when Dr. J was doing the.
Man, don't talk.
Dr. J. Dr. J. Karl Malone.
Was fucked.
Don't talk about the doctor.
I remember
Karl Malone.
Dr. J.
We ain't about to do that. Look, hey, I'm about to start something new in the Man Down group. It's called Mamba and MJ Monday. No MJ slander or Mamba slander on Mondays at all. Well, as a matter of fact,
will be shot.
no MJ slander on any day that ends with Y. And on Monday, no Mamba slander.
Shut up.
We're not going for it.
Shut
We're not
up.
going for it.
We done with it. We done
Yo,
with it.
all right.
I'm not going for it, man.
So since we're done with the football, well, this segment of football, what y'all think teams should do to get Deshaun Watson?
But nothing.
The Saints is already $75 million over the cap. We already know Drew Brees is going to.
White man ain't gonna be on the field next year.
It depends on the team. It depends. Pick a team.
Depends on the team. That's what I was saying. It depends on what
49ers.
All right. So
the Niners.
If you're a coach, let's say one of the newer coaches, such as the Urban Meyer, are you gonna lean your hat on Sunshine, or are you gonna try?
Yeah, that's the end of the studs. He got a long rope. Like he can screw up. He can. This man got Pornhub socks on.
Y'all didn't know that was our new sponsor?
It is not.
It's not.
It's not our sponsor, y'all.
Christian Mingle. Christian Mingle is our sponsor. But
and farmers' daughters.
Yo, but
That's a thing for real. Oh, I'm about to say, like they got a farmer's daughters out.
No, that's real. That's real. They do got a farmer's daughters.
but all right.
Yeah, and I hear that one's Liddy. But go ahead, okay.
But I'm not gonna lie. Like if Houston would do a heads up, look, we'll give you the number 1 overall pick for Deshaun. As Urban Meyer, I would do that. Just 1 for 1. You know, you getting a quarterback. Here's the number 1 overall pick. That's
rough. That's rough, Raheem. Tua and a first round. That's rough. Nah, I stay with Tua instead of giving up a first. But yeah, Chicago and if you're a quarterback away.
Yeah, if you're a quarterback away, you got stuff around you.
Yeah.
That's why I said
now 49ers get all their guys back healthy. They get that pass rush back next year. They got running backs. They just got to sign them. If you can trade some draft picks and I don't know what type of player would you have to give up for Deshaun? Do you have to give up Kittle?
Oh,
not giving up Kittle. He's untouchable.
But I'm talking about Deshaun.
So what you give up?
Want the King's ransom for that young man.
Yeah.
Really think.
So as the like I'm saying, as a Saint, we need to clear some cap space. So I'm saying this because I'm a Saint fan and I had this discussion. I'm giving them 2 first-round picks and Cam Jordan.
Yeah, that's a rough one, man. Hey, but look, fellas, we're gonna have to put that one on the shelf for next time. But
All right.
I'm with Kaz, man. Giving up a king's ransom it might be too much. That's actually Zoe said that might be too much. But for teams it's like a quarterback away, you might want to look into it, but don't give up the house. And definitely not for Urban Meyer, man. Take Sunshine and go with it. You got a whole bunch of cap space and a whole bunch of draft picks
and a whole bunch of time. You just got there.
Yeah, I mean, so it ain't like Jacksonville suck. So if you bring in Deshaun Watson, he's in the same situation he was in Houston with nobody to throw to, no defense to help him out, and no line to block for him. Right, he's in the same situation. So why give up all your draft picks for him when you can get draft picks that can grow with your quarterback?
That's why I say the Saints. We got a receiving core for him. But again, you said, put it up in the shelf. We'll talk about it another time.
Yeah. Because I got to go, and I appreciate y'all for joining us, and we'll see y'all next Tuesday. Peace.
Peace.